Welcome back to more Dual Destinies. We are picking up right where I left off last episode. I didn't go anywhere, so let's get right back into it. Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
The name's Filch. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like.
Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes! And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch. It's those shoes again.
Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright?
Don't tell me Filch stole them again. Why do you keep stealing from the same guy?
They're all yours, your honorship, sir.
What? But they seem awfully expensive.
Yep, too expensive for me, but I reckon it'd be perfect for someone like your honorship.
It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts. Also, they aren't my size.
Ethics, schematics. Should take them if you want them. Post them are real nice for you, too.
I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Ted Mataro in the foyer after the murder.
At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer just like Mr. QB asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, or fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened at 3 p.m. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no sorry!
No one interrupt our guest? Who's the guest? That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of the little girl's dreams. So, you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Ten Mataro?
Yep, was guarding the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, and nutter butter the truth. I like nutter butters. Ten Mataro? Bah! You don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, right? I certainly don't!
Oh my god! Your powers, Apollo! My bracelet. It's itching.
Something the matter, Apollo?
My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm.
Really? So you think Mr. Filch has been lying to us?
I wouldn't rule it out. We know that he's lying. He talked about Ten Mataro when we talked to him yesterday, and now he's saying he doesn't believe in him! Now, if I could just zero in on a tell. Some sort of nervous habit. It was just so unexpected. I'm not afraid of him. I wasn't expecting him to show up right now. Think! What the hawk doing in here?
This is why we stand Simon Blackwell! This is why we love this guy! Because the bird loved him!
Therefore, he must be a good guy. Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. Oh, I forgot that was his name. What a good name. What a good name for a good boy. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact. I don't think you can... Okay, well, it's fine. Maybe he's endangered and he's allowed. He doesn't live with you, in jail? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird? Who's ever heard of a jail... Well, I was gonna say, who's ever heard of a jailbird? Jailbird is a term, but, who's ever heard of fucking someone owning a bird in jail? Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. Choice words. This isn't some sort of trick or... Maybe he just likes shiny things. I won't be able to spot squat like this. That's Dookie.
What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills! It's a bird!
No pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom. No, he can stay. I was gonna say, he can stay. We can let him stay. He just needs to leave me the fuck alone. Somebody help! Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished. Oh, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed.
Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way.
We'll be fine, I think. If there was someone dressed as Ten Mataro there, Filch would have seen him. We'll just have to put our fate in Jinxie's statement for now. Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination. I do love that he's just decided to chill by the judge. We love Taka. What time was the TV listing thing that he circled? Was that at 3? Yes, sir. I see the 3 right here, bitch. That was so easy. Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch.
Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fella like that.
Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see at the time of the crime. There was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss.
Ah! I didn't watch that one! no sirree. I was doing my job just like I was supposed to.
You should have let him. You should have let him and be like, oh yeah, didn't we talk about like that one match that happened yesterday? Twilight Boys or whatever? And then you should have waited him to be like, yeah, that fucking shit sucked. They fucking sucked. I could have been much better and blah, blah, blah. Then you could have been like, yeah, so you were watching that shit. So you were watching the fucking cameras. But Apollo doesn't think like that. This guy doesn't know when to give up. He just got here. Mr. Filch, someone even circled a match. It was you, right?
Yipes!
Not only that, you even told me you watch it. You said, and I quote, it was a complete disaster. So, do you admit to slacking off?
You can't trick me with your ready poo lawyer talk. I'm one of them professional types too. I can do double duty, watch TV and foyer at the same time.
The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is a professional thief.
Mr. Justice,
Where'd Taco go?
where'd Taco go? No, my
my comfort friend.
You would have the court believe that the witness was slacking off.
That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV and the foyer at the same time, but that's nothing but a bald-faced lie.
Bald? But I'm not the one who's lying.
Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice.
And in that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV in the foyer simultaneously. Now prove it.
Huh, mama. Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch's eyes where his right ear should be, I think it'd be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and TV at the same time. Technically speaking, depending on how where you watch the camera feed. If he has a TV in the front here and then like the camera feed to his right, or the camera feed on like the top right corner of the TV, kind of like how like smart TV, computers do it these days, can do it these days. I mean, technically, feasibly, he could have kept an eye on the foyer while watching a pro wrestling match. But this takes place in X amount of years. So I don't think they had that technology yet. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff.
Why yes, someone watching the TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance.
Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer as you claim.
Yipes! The bag's out of the cat! I mean, well, other way around.
Oh, he's standing on a little orange box.
Order! But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case?
It's very relevant, because while he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tenmataro impersonator in the foyer. What now? Damn, he got impatient with him. Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered. What are you talking about? Taka.
This.
Yeah, Taka. I'm not a mind reader.
Auditory sense.
His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki?
They were? I mean, yes, they were.
But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't?
And my eyes might have been lazy, but my ears ain't. I would have heard anyone in the foyer a hit. Oh god, I'm allergic to bullshit. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon. You ever heard of Dawson's Creek? It sounds like that, but with less Dawson.
So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by?
Yep, my ears were working full time. So who's the liar now, you know, good shyster bitch?
You can't call me a bitch. A lying thief calling me a shyster? This has to be the lowest point of my fledgling career.
Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Blackwell, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing. And the bags under your eyes, man, they're darker than mine.
Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu.
Hey! Please don't leave me, Mr. Taka, sir!
Yeah, fuck him up. Oh, Taka, you're so funny.
The witness will henceforth testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks, or whatever I said. With that in mind, the court requests that the witness revise his testimony accordingly.
This isn't a revision, we're just getting new testimony.
It's true, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there is all creaky squeaky. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there were no Temple in the foyer.
Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. We must use common sense. For lacking that, our entire world will be but upside down. Says the convict prosecutor who's totally assigned at the end of times for the legal world. You don't know that. You just heard someone say that, but you don't actually know that. Here, look at me fucking going for bad for him.
Besides, if there were any yokai roaming around, I'd have to summon us all.
I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things. That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns. Because if I don't, then we have no leads. But if we can't prove she saw Tenmataro, the mayor's sure to be convicted. Then we better hope my guns fire bullets and not BBs.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Okay, so where the fuck am I? What am I looking for here? Should I present this? Should I present the fact that he fucking flew? Is that gonna work? Would have been really bad if it did. I don't know that, but I don't quite know the answer. Maybe do I have to press to get something new? So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch?
As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaking floor. Plus, that Tenmataro makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle.
There it is! Jingle jangle. How does he do that?
You know, he uses his mouth to go jingle jangle, like what I'm doing right now. Jingle jangle, jingle jangle.
Imagine someone walking by you and he goes jingle jangle, jingle jangle. It's like, oh, that's just what he does.
It's that staff of his. That's what jingle jangles.
What's he talking about, Apollo? Beats me. But I guess Tenmataro has a staff that makes noise. Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Tenmataro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound. I guess that's the source of the noise then.
Oh, well, Mr. Justice. Mr. Filch says Tenmataro jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information?
Yeah! I'm not sure why, but yeah! Extremely vital. I request that to be added to the testimony. Like, obviously, he doesn't technically hold a staff, right? But the problem is that Jinxie says she heard it. So, like, how wouldn't that be an issue for us if we're contradicting her too? Temataro's staff would make a jangle sound, you say? Well, I'm gonna say that your story doesn't add up.
Is there something the defense would like to share with the court?
Mr. Filch, you say that you didn't see Tenmataro on the day of the incident. Why then did you assume just now that Tenmataro would be holding a staff?
Huh?
You see, the Tenmataro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hands. Oh, he didn't see him, but he's insinuating that he heard him and just assumed it was a staff, but it could have been anything else. Maybe? She described it as a sound just like you did, as a kind of jangly sound.
Yeah, so he was holding a staff. What's your point?
The point is that Tenmataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Tenmataro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch? I don't fucking think so, dumb bitch, blind ass motherfucker.
Oh, you're right. There's no staff. Not even a cane or a walking stick. Ah! So, the question is, why does the witness think Tenmataro uses a staff?
I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on this most basic level. Hi, Tiger. Hi, buddy. Oh, he's talking. Well, now, this is getting interesting.
Alright, Mr. Justice. It's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Tenmataro carries a staff.
He actually saw Tenmataro! Mr. Filch actually saw Tenmataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly have known about the staff.
Busted again!
Bloody hell! You duplicitous what? Duplicitous? I think he said that. I don't know what that word is. Yes. How'd that feel, Black Quill? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? I mean, he hasn't hit us with a blade yet. Yeah, we just assaulted a man. Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Tenmataro that day, didn't you? Well?
I'm begging you, please don't make me say it!
But clearly you did see Tenmataro. Stop stalling and testify to that fact.
No can do, no way, no how. You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be!
He? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Tenmataro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is, why? Mr. Filch is scared to death. Is that why he can't admit the truth? Come to think of it, they say you must not gaze upon Tenmataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenmataro will claim your soul. Jinxie wouldn't admit to seeing Tenmataro after hearing about the village's superstitions. She said that if she told anyone that she had seen Tenmataro, he'd claim her soul. Wait, You think Filch believes that too?
He's from the town, right? So Mr. Big Time City Slicker, so Mr. Big Time City Slicker lawyer has heard about them. Them old village superstitions?
Will the defense please explain what the fuck he's talking about? The people of Ninetails Vale believe some pretty strange things. And their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Tenmataro.
Darn straight, that's why! Oh, it's all right here!
Oh, there's a book. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others you see him. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. That's probably gonna be important, I guess. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village.
See? That's why the folks in Ninetails Vale can't talk about seeing Tenmataro!
That clears up one mystery. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tenmataro costume. They knew that way, no one could talk about him. So it was as if he never existed. The defense holds that this Tenmataro impersonator is the true killer.
What?
Yiggy. Superstitious, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? And would that using some silly fairy tale could so easily expose the culprit? I can't fucking talk. You'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that. Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackwell. Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark sleepless nights. Bitch, no one told you to go there. That's your own damn fault. There's no lack of superstition in the clique, but fewer are those who truly believe in them. Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetails Vale. A life or death superstition might make even you a believer. Order! Order, I say! You fool of a Snooky! 2 times now, your lies have cost me!
Sorry! I promise not to do it again!
Taka, my fine feather friend, have at him.
Yes! He's gonna eat me alive! Head for the hills!
I mean, he's like, even though he's like above your head, he seems pretty gentle. He's not even making contact with you. He took off. Bailiff, what are you waiting for? After him, and what's your fastest men? That's certainly not something you see every day. Well, it would seem a new important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Tenmataro is at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that fact. Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? Oh! Oh! Huh? His shackles! Yeah! That was so slow. I'm too young to die! Justice Dono, long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. You had best say your prayers. We're just still standing here. Especially because he doesn't even have a blade on him. Detective, do something! Ha ha ha! Have no fear! Fulbright is here! When the goings get tough, the champion of justice gets going! Then get going already before he kills us! Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackwell, for it is his sense of justice that sets him free! Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice! Damn, he fucking told us the dumb arena. I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards. Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, can I ask you to, you know, I think the judge forgot he's in charge here. So, Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenmataro is the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. Right. And that yokai, or rather, whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman QB.
Stop telling me to shut up. You just told me to confirm something.
Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber?
What? Oh, he's right. She said nothing about Tenmataro being in the Fox Chamber.
Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door.
And your point is?
Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewered murder victim, the alderman, and the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor.
No, there must have been someone dressed up like Tenma.
Then, why does the little scamp claim not to have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber?
Considering her father is accused of murder, surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room.
I don't understand. Why didn't she see Tenmataro inside the Fox Chamber?
There is but one way to find out.
Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh.
The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Heh heh heh. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last, it shall be sated.
Wait, this is still a trial, right?
Show me what you're truly capable of. Justice Dunno.
You perch on my hand! Very well then. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to... No! Give me a break!
3 minutes.
I'm sorry, but a 3-minute recess?
Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo.
The loo? Oh, you mean the bathroom?
Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash our hands. See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished.
Ooh. Yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins.
I declare Prosecutor Blackwell the winner of this round of Simon Says. Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor is running the show, does it?
Okay. 3-minute break. I am tired.
He busted out of his shackles.
Yeah. What was that all about? I guess they don't make shackles like they used to.
Better be careful, Apollo. You really brought out the samurai in him. Especially after you proved there was a Tenmataro impersonator at the manor.
What's with that guy and the whole samurai act anyway? Oh, God, hey!
Such fine swordsmanship. That is no mere act. Mr. Justice, it's high time I challenge this jailhouse prosecutor to a duel.
No, wait! Let's save the dueling until after we prove your innocence.
I suppose I could wait until later.
Does anyone remember we're conducting a trial here? Athena, I'm gonna go wash up. Remember what Blackwell said, Apollo. Don't be late. I hope we don't get, like, accosted somewhere.
Oh, we're back. Now then, I believe our next witness is Miss Jinxie Tenma, a maid at QB Manor. I believe we can proceed now, if the witness is ready, that is. Oh, my God. Whoa, you really see a reflection on the plate.
Leader of the 100 demons. He really does exist. Wow, that is one well-polished tray.
The witness will show her face while in court, or her testimony will be inadmissible. Who just stick that on? Oh, a judge said, "What is it, my child," or whatever.
Be gone, leader of the 100 demons.
Ho, ho, ho. You think I'm a yokai? Well, I was once known as a judicial monster of sorts. The beast of the bar, or the demon of due process, if you will.
My charm had no effect.
How did you reach him?
The demon of due process? Not sure I can see that one.
His shackles are back on, I think. Maybe not.
Now, little scamp.
Yes?
I trust you know why you're here.
The bags.
Bags? Oh, that tricksy Tanuki.
What?
Try the noodle stand and go enjoy a big bowl of Tanuki tail noodles while you're at it.
I don't understand what the fuck you're talking about. What? Everyone's a comedian. What do you mean? I don't understand what the hell any of them. No, I meant your bags. Oh, eye bags. I thought she was talking about like a literal pouch. I'm like, is he known to have a bag? I didn't understand it. I meant your bags. The ones under your eyes. You must have trouble sleeping. Here,
This charm will keep Asuki Yarai away.
She's so nice. Asuki Yarai? The yokai that washes Asuki beans? But I love Asuki beans. The only thing needing washing will be your father's neck before I take his head clean off. Be nice to her! She just offered you a charm!
Asuki Yarai often keeps people up at night with the noise he makes washing beans. But if you stick this charm on your forehead, you won't hear him anymore.
Oh, maybe he didn't realize that that was meant to protect him. I think he thought she was calling him the bean washer. Look at him. There you go. Backtrack that shit. Is that so? Well, thank you. How nice of her to offer that, even though he just threatened her father.
Looks like Prosecutor Blackwell got more than he bargained for.
They're bad enough alone, but together, those two are just plain creepy. Hey, they're fine. It's also funny that she's not afraid of him. Why is she afraid of us? Your testimony, if you please, Miss Tenma. Specifically, whether or not you saw Tenma Taro when you discovered the crime scene.
Did I see Tenma Taro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door, I saw, yes, now I remember. Yokai, right there in that room.
So there was a yokai at the scene of the crime.
Lots and lots of them.
Wait, more than one yokai? Did Tenma Taro happen to be among them?
I don't know. I just don't know. All I know is the room was swimming with yokai. Kakasha, Nurikabe, Seto Taisho. They were all there.
Wow, this is an unexpected turn of events. We've gone from no yokai to a floor of them. This is ludicrous. You would have this court listen to this delusional little scamp's testimony.
Yeah! Hey, y'all, I'm here. Your Honor,
I believe her memory is simply clouded by fear. But a quick therapy session should ease her mind. With the court's permission, of course. I'm gonna sit here and waste all of your guys' time while I play with my widget.
What a fabulous idea. Please proceed, Miss Cykes.
He doesn't even know what this is yet. He's never seen this until today. Why is he just okay with it? You sure you know what you're doing, Athena?
She's obviously not herself. The trauma of discovering that crime scene and fear of testifying have her dazed and confused. A regular ball of confusion. But my analytical psychology-based approach should be able to help.
Any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? Shall we let Miss Cykes proceed? It makes no difference to me. Do as you will, but I doubt we shall get any viable testimony. She'd be better served by bearing witness to the sword skills I forged in distant land. Okay. What are you doing? Trying to show off and impress her? Come on.
I'll show you.
Boop, boop, boop. Oh god. Oh god. Super sad.
Did I see Tenma Taro in the Fox Chamber? Well, when I opened the door, I saw. Yes, now I remember. Yokai, right there in that room. I found something. Looks like an out of control emotion.
Athena? What exactly are we looking at here? So, like, does her widget apparently also visualizes what the fuck she's talking about? How does that even work? What kind of magic is that? Who animated that?
Oh, this? It's one of Widget's functions. Right here, you can see images and emotions extracted from the witness's voice.
Okay, sure. Whoa! You mean that little thing could do all this?
Yeah, it could also order me pizza.
Pretty cool, huh?
And here I thought it was just some kid's toy.
Unfortunately, all I'm getting is an overflow error right now. See how sad is brightly lit there at the bottom left? She's under an uncontrollable amount of distress, which is masking her other emotions. It seems that the sheer terror she experienced has made her a confused mess.
So all those yokai she thinks she saw are a product of rampant emotions?
Yes, that's right. Her fear is instilled in her hallucinations and false memories. She's seeing normal everyday objects as monsters in her mind. It's a form of schizophrenic hallucination brought on by emotional trauma, and the trauma in Jinxie's case is fear.
So she was, and still is, seeing ordinary objects as yokai.
We'll have to find the root cause of her extreme fear before I can treat it. Now, let's see. Paulo, can you point out the yokai on the Wheel of Fire? She seems particularly terrified of that one.
It was like a chandelier?
Start by pressing probe.
Next, point to what's causing Jinxie's out of control emotions. Finally hit probe again to try and get to the heart of the matter.
Okay, so you want me to do this guy, right? Point to the cat monster. Jinxie, what's the name for that yokai on the Wheel of Fire?
That's Akasha, a yokai that steals the bodies of the recently deceased. I bet it came to steal the aldermans.
It's almost creepy how well that fits the actual situation. Yeah, it's almost like she imagined it.
Exactly. It's a form of hallucination where the patient can't see things for what they are. There must be something at the scene of the crime that she's mistaken for Akasha. Apollo, you need to point out what she thought was a yokai on that Wheel of Fire.
I think I know the answer now. Jinxie, that wasn't Akasha you saw. Could you possibly have mistaken this for Akasha? Man, this is some, like, really hand-holding shit. I get it's a tutorial for us to, like, do it, because it's our first time doing it, but man.
The light fixture?
This one right here. It has a flame design, and it's up there on the ceiling. There was never a yokai on a Wheel of Fire. The Akasha you saw was just a light fixture. Oh, I have to... I'm just sitting here like, why is it not doing anything? It's because I had to advance at that time.
That's one memory back to normal. Nice job. Now that you've gotten the hang of it, it should be a cinch to point out the rest.
Jinxie, what about this white wall-like monster?
That's Nurikabe. It's a wall monster that blocks your way or leads you astray.
That's no yokai, Jinxie. It's a folding screen. No, it's a block of tofu, I told you. This raccoon dog isn't a tanuki monster. It's just a statue of one. And look, these are just coffee cups. And this right here, it's nothing more than a fox statue.
I don't know what I was thinking!
That's a metal plate, isn't it? How did it crack like that? Is it not metal?
You did it, Apollo! Her extreme fear is under control now. It was all just my eyes playing tricks on me. There weren't any yokai after all. See? Clear-cut statement. That's the power of my psychology and your intuition, Apollo. And just like we thought, there never really were any yokai in the Fox Chamber.
Right. There never really were any yokai there. So the defense is asserting the exact opposite of their original assertion. Wait. Jinxie, what about Tenmataro?
There wasn't anyone there dressed up as Tenmataro, or any other yokai either. I remember it clearly now.
You
Gotta be joking!
Her outfit is so cute. I love pink and blue and white and black. It's the perfect color combination. Order! Order in the court! I think we just dug our own grave. Allow me to push you on it. It's the least I can do.
No! Apollo, can I interrupt your freak out for just a minute? I'm still picking up some noise. It's an unexpected emotion.
Does that mean Jinxie hasn't remembered everything yet?
Exactly. We should be able to get something else out of her. I'll enter the new information we have and run an update.
Did I see Tenmataro in the Fox Chamber? I was so scared when I entered the room. My legs gave out and I fell to the floor. Oh. There in the Fox Chamber I saw...
The alderman dead on a table and Papa collapsed in a chair. Nobody else was there, and that includes Tenmataro.
Wait, what am I supposed to do?
Try to find the emotion that contradicts her statement.
So if I find a contradictory emotion, I should just point it out?
That's right. But it's not just contradictory emotions you should look out for. You should also keep an eye out for sudden changes in an emotion's intensity. Her emotions might get stronger or weaker as you move from statement to statement. It's important to compare how the same emotion changes throughout the testimony.
Let's see. Shocked. Super sad. Little sad. Maybe it's the fact that she isn't as sad here. Like, what? Okay, it is. The amount of fear you felt is rather low despite your legs having given out from fright. Could something have lessened your fear?
Actually, I did experience a sudden burst of courage at that moment.
You did? Where did it come from?
Let me think. Oh, it was Mama. I suddenly felt as if she was there with me. Okay, I'll enter sudden burst of courage. Let's see. Ah, look.
Mama? Where did Mama come from? Look how cute she looks here.
Apollo, the noise is all gone. Jinxie seems to have remembered everything now.
That was quick. Hooray! A sudden burst of courage. Now where could that have come from? Jinxie, was there something that gave you a sudden burst of courage?
Yes, there was. But, I realized I had done something naughty when I thought about it later.
Naughty? Any idea what could have given Jinxie that courage? Well, there is one piece of evidence that comes to mind. I wonder if she saw something like that in the scene of the crime. Jinxie, did your sudden burst of courage have anything to do with this? It's only this, right? But what? Jinxie, you didn't happen to see a nine-tails flower there at the scene, did you?
The demon lawyer strikes again. I can't hide anything from you. I found a small case with a picture of a nine-tails flower on it. I liked it so much I kept it.
I literally have no recollection of this. What is it? You what? You can't remove evidence from a crime scene! That's right, young lady. Removing evidence is a big no-no. Now, the witness will produce said evidence in this incident.
Sorry!
There does seem to be some sort of case. Look, something slid out. It appears to be a key. Might I have a look, your baldness? My key. There you go. Taka, you're the best! This is none other than the master key to QB Manor. Oh, you know what? It's a nine-tails flower. Okay, I was gonna say, like, the alderman had a master key with the flower that represents Jinxie's mom? What does that mean? It's because it's a nine-tails flower. Are you certain of this, Prosecutor Blackwell? It matches the serial number of the key that went missing after the murder. A master key that went missing? Oh, I don't like the sound of that. Our little scamp here stumbled upon an article of unimaginable consequence. That's a little melodramatic, don't you think? Well, everything about Ace Attorney is melodramatic, Apollo. Come on, you've been here. Heed these words, for I shall say them but once. The sole key to the Fox Chamber has been in this little scamp's constant possession. Ergo, she was the sole person who could have used it before, during, and after the murder. Which leaves the master key as the only other key that could have opened the chamber. But this master key was found in a room that had been locked by this girl. And your point is? Oh no! He's going to accuse Jinxie! Until Jinxie Tenma opened the Fox Chamber with her key. The room had been locked tight from the outside world. There was no one else in there, save the victim and his killer. I trust you have figured it out for yourself by now. A killer other than Mayor Tenma himself would be utterly inconceivable. Oh, okay, I thought he was gonna pin Jinxie as the one who did it. No! Oh.
How could this happen?
You objected to say, how could this happen? The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations. Athena, are you alright?
I know Mayor Tenma's innocent, but there's nothing we can do. He sucks.
Sykes, Dono. Allow me to put you out of your misery. Oh god, he's gonna kill her here and now!
Can I decline your offer?
Abandon your client and your misplaced faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Oh great, now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not gonna fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks.
Now I'm the one who stays confused. I can't even think straight.
Hey, are you alright? She fell right into his trap. Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom and into the wild blue yonder. Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed.
Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai.
Apollo?
Mr. Justice, I heard the word objection. But what is it you object to? Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. Though I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena. The court is waiting, Mr. Justice. Though as it stands now, I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. What? Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Well, actually, I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine.
Apollo, you do have something more than your cores of steel, don't you?
I have my attorney's badge. Not really, but we'll be fine.
But
I've got absolutely nothing, but that's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. Because it's all over if I don't.
Apollo, this calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box.
Or in this case, inside the box. What a doozy that locked room is too. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument?
You bet I do.
The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another. Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Dono.
Time to do or die, literally.
The defense will now explain how it will be possible to escape the locked room.
You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened?
I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escaping a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so?
The choices are pretty limited. The room has a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on to reach it. And needless to say, the forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did, so that's out.
Yeah, that's why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best. We need to rule out all the absolutely impossible escape routes. Then, whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here.
Is it what I think it is? Is this right?
Oh, I guess that's not the answer. Oh, you know what? I should have been reading. Oh. Wait, I skimmed a little bit of text because I thought that was the wrong answer, but it led me to a part where I can pick an option? That was the wrong answer! I don't know. Oh god. What did they even say? How would one exit the Fox chamber then lock it without a key? I could understand if the killer had exited the room with the key. But, like, it's either I say Jinxie was the one who did it, or it's Tenma the one who did it. This is assuming that this isn't even the right answer. This might not be the right answer. I'm just gonna, hang on. Mayor Tenma locked it in just in case the killer decided to return. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, okay. So, was the hallway the right answer? I'm, like, purposely not fucking saying shit, because I keep assuming it's gonna go back to the part where I have to pick an answer. Was the hallway door the right answer if you're making me do this twice? Is it that it's locked from the outside then? That is the answer! Dude! I thought it was the hallway door and I thought that was gonna end it right there as the answer. But then because it made it seem like it was the wrong answer, I didn't fucking say anything or care about what they say. And then it led me to that 3-option thing and I'm like, shit, I could pick something from here? And you still could have possibly gotten it wrong. It still could have not been the hallway door, even if they had the secondary options. You ruined everything for me! How am I supposed to edit that? What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door and then locked it. Yeah! Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox chamber. And the assertion that the key was removed from that room is blatant contradiction of fact.
Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction.
If only we could explain both. Like, how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from the outside. Presumably through the air duct, right? I just wonder how it would have traveled through the air duct. Well, let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws a sword. How could the master key be at the crime scene despite the room being locked? Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Threw it in from outside. Right? Okay, good. What if someone threw it into the room from outside? You know, something like go out the hallway door, lock the room, then toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. And where would you throw it from? There's a cliff outside of Fox Chamber's window. Throw the key in from there is an impossibility.
Oh, right. I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window.
Somewhere other than the window? Yeah, okay. How do I air duct? Like this? Do I kill it from here? The air vent? Yes. The window may be out of the question, but the air vent is not.
Oh, that's right. The Fox Chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway.
But how did the killer, or how did the person from the outside, maybe it slopes down and I don't realize it? That's right. The real killer entered the air duct from the vent outside the Fox Chamber, then dropped the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. You can go in it? That's preposterous. Is it low enough that you can go in it from the hallway? I know we saw it. I just don't remember how low it was. I didn't take it into consideration.
Oh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly.
Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused.
Don't worry. I'll explain it so even your honor can understand, because you're a fucking idiot. First, the real killer, disguised as Tenmataro, murdered the alderman in the Fox Chamber. Then, they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway. Oh, okay. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent at the ceiling there. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer?
Amazing! Even I could follow that!
The judge seems really pleased. That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Tenmataro. And there was someone else other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. Hey, it looks like that lawyer has beaten the jailbird prosecutor. Whoa, that was a total turnabout. That massive forehead of his seems to be much more attractive now. Hey, you can't have him.
Order! Order! Order, I say!
Now that I've proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty. Stop telling me to Damarina. That's mad rude.
A valiant effort, Justice Dono. But your final thrust missed its mark. Huh?
Oh, I didn't mean to insert in the butthole, I'm sorry.
Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki stole the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door?
That's exactly what happened. The killer fled from the... Ah!
But that is impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer security camera, that is. The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape.
The electric eye.
However, there was no sign of Tenmataro anywhere in the security footage.
What?
Save for the foyer entrance, there was no other way to flee the manor, is there?
I don't feel so good.
Wait, I believe there is another other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera.
Hey, you're right.
Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only the brains, but investigative prowess to boot. That is the cliffside of the manor. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one.
No!
Wait, so the killer didn't escape out of the foyer window?
Ha! I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew out into the sunset.
That would mean the killer really was a yokai.
If only we had some sort of evidence that could point to a flying killer.
Who's saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might be.
What? You're saying you can prove the killer could fly?
You're the fucking one who gave it to us, dipshit. Whoa, I thought I was the one with the cords of steel.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this shit.
Your Honor?
What evidence do you have that the killer flew away?
Take a look at this special edition paper.
Tenmataro, real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice?
The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out the window?
Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting...
Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Tenmataro, flew away. By some way or another.
It is your brain that has flown the coop. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice.
Okay, then, how about the Tenmataro figure that Mr. Filch saw? It just vanished into thin air?
No, there was a rational, common-sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai or tricksy Tanuki witness never reached the entrance. He, or should I say she,
turned back before the camera's electric eye.
Oh no, that's where he implicates her.
She? I don't like where this is going one bit. He's gonna fucking accuse Trucy of killing him! Now, the fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mayor Damien Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. However, we know that Mayor Tenma was already unconscious at the time.
Gulp? Not good. Not good at all.
Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants and the appearance of Tenma Taro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely her.
Ah, no!
Wait a minute! I just noticed that in the gallery, those two flags, I made a comment, like the blue, it's like a blue and maroon flag, or blue, purple, whatever. Are those fucking meant to be like Edgeworth and like Phoenix colors? What the hell? Congratulations, you two. Order! Order! The defense will stop competing for the greatest freak out ever. I mean, are you hearing this shit, Judge? She just accused a little girl of fucking killing a man. That little scamp was no doubt simply trying to protect her father. And it's no wonder that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I'm sure. It's far more convincing than saying that the killer escaped by flying out the window. Humph. Did you truly believe this would end any other way?
Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo?
Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one. Bailiff, Caesar. It is time I interrogated her as a samurai of your wood.
Oh no!
Mayor Tenma. This farce is over. How does it feel, seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up as most foul? Tenma Taro's true identity is... Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim that you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming about the manor would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, the prosecution would be willing to overlook her little yokai farce.
Confess? The defendant intends to confess?
Wait! Apollo! Prosecutor Blackwell's up to his mind games again!
Mayor Tenma, no! Don't fall for her twisted words! If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone! The real killer is...
Mayor Tenma's gonna confess unless we do something! But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away!
Ka. Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time for my return. Uh-oh. I should watch what I wish for. It's funny. As he was standing there, and then like all this was going down before this happened, I was like, oh wait, doesn't he like do the thing? Which is this thing? I just forgot what it looked like, and I forgot that he even did that at all. Foolish mortals! I am Tenma Taro, the yokai you seek! Mayor Tenma? Ha! Silence! I am Tenma Taro, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber! Behold! The return of the Demon King!
What the? Demon King?
Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation!
I hope he's not around for very long in this case, because that hurt my throat.
But we're
he will explain himself. Are you saying that you're Tenmataro? The yokai we've been chasing this whole time?
Indeed, it is I, Tenmataro, the one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Tenmataro, you say? Ha! What nonsense!
So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now?
Ka-ka-ka! I mean, ka-ka-ka! Whatever fucking hell! His body is now mine!
So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinxie Tenma and Phineas Filch saw? And the one captured in the newspaper photo? Those are all you?
The accursed power of those warning charms prevents me from revealing my true form.
Okay, well, just pull it off your head. What?
Your baldness. Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt? Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented. Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned.
Huh?
What?
You claim that the yokai that little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber. But it was the accused all along. Ha! Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be the real in a manner of speaking. For the alderman's killer is none other than Mayor Tenma. And the yokai at the scene? That too was Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, our dear Tenmataro. The pieces have all fallen into place.
How so, Prosecutor Blackwell?
It seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the fox chamber, which was locked at the time.
AM. Good morning. No longer morning.
He then removed the warning charms from the forbidden chamber's doors. But then fell unconscious from the blow that the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tenma stumbled onto the scene of the crime.
You expect him to just fall unconscious after opening the door into the chair that's on, like, tucked to the right of the room? Okay, sure.
The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Tenmataro, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mayor.
I'm TM now.
The newly freed Tenmataro then fled from the fox chamber.
Hello.
So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed by Tenmataro.
But when we arrived on the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How is that possible if he was supposed to have flown out the foyer window?
Then what? Do you mean to say that the maid of QB Manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Tenmataro?
Oh.
Ka-ka-ka! That too was easily explained. Flew about for a time, did I, but presently tired, I made for the forbidden chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the fox chamber, and I knew no more.
So he was saying that he was in there, flew out, and it was like, I'm tired, flew back in, and then passed out? What?
It would seem the pieces are still in place.
Is Blackwell up to his tricks again?
I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real live...
So the rumors about Mayor Tenma are true. I knew yokai were real. You mean you really did kill the alderman so you could release Tenmataro?
Order! Order!
Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing he in yokai. It's Simon Says on steroids. He wants to convict our client any way he can, even if it means blaming a yokai.
The proverbial ducks are all in a row. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your boldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career, otherworldly in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system?
I mean, they're not citizens, so I guess not. Mayor Tenma's just pretending to be Tenmataro to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped from the locked room. A verdict at this point would be premature.
Since both sides are very valid points, I have no choice but to... This is the dark age of law where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight, knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mayor's day of reckoning, Justice Dono?
I don't care how you sleep. It's none of my damn business. I won't fabricate any evidence.
Then prove it by joining me.
Joining you where? In bed? I mean, I'm honored, but also this is not the time.
A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation.
He really is trying to invite me to his fucking... How about I just promise not to fucking succumb to anything?
We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but.
I forgot that happens. What's wrong with him? Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that.
What in the devil was that? Fulbright, have you tampered with my shackles in some manner?
Seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special jolt of justice device. Each press is a shocking reminder to behave.
You shall pay for this. I, Simon Blackwell.
Your Honor, you need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior.
A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective?
Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. The prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. This court is adjourned.
Oh, thank God. I'm tired. My butt is tired. My throat's tired. My boobs are tired.
So we finished our first day in court. What a doozy that was, wasn't it, kids? Oh my goodness, we got all the things in here. Prosecutors, attorneys, yokais, orange boxes, you know, all of the things. Please make sure you brush your teeth after a meal. Goodbye.